Because if a kid watches something and they're like, oh, well, like I can't relate to that, then it's not going to have much of an influence. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, like, again, it's not necessarily relating to superheroes, but just representation. I remember seeing like this video on social media, and it was like this little black girl, and she was playing like with a like a white Barbie doll, and her mom like brought her like the Moana doll, and obviously it's different race, but she got so excited because it was just like another doll that was like another representation of like something else rather than like one. So it was just really cute. And then I don't know, I just thinking about that kind of stuff, it's just children don't really, they, like, again, like you said, like they look at their parents every day, they see their parents every day, and then they, when they watch movies, that's their other source of looking up as a role model. So when you have representation that is similar, just by color or just by personality, I think it can really influence children. So
when I
I
think
agree.
all of
And
our,
then
sorry, go ahead.
no, you got it. You got it.
I think like all of our, like across all these three conversations, like it all kind of falls into like representation and everything being inclusive. Like even in the last week's reading, the article that was called like Stale, Male, and Pale, that like we need to stop like focusing
yeah,
on white men, like it's like a common thing. Not that it's bad, but we need to be able to bring in other people of different ethnic groups and diversities and races and all this stuff, for it to reach a bigger amount of people and influence a bigger amount of people. Because if it's only, it just needs to be more inclusive. And I think all of this, this past like part of the semester, it all falls back into like representation. So it's obviously really important in humanities, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
talked.
It does. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you got it.
No, I was just saying, like, excuse me, that just like as like it made me realize all the readings that we've been listening to and watching, it kind of does correlate all together in a sense, because it's all about how you like kind of treat one another, how we're careful on social media and what we say and what we do, but also what we produce, these movie directors and photographers and these toy makers or whatever, like, are coming down to actually understanding that we need more of like a broad spectrum of different people, so there was this show I was watching, and I think I want to say it's House or The House. It's a medical show like Grey's
Mhm.
Anatomy. One of the main doctors, I think I'm saying the name wrong, but one of the doctors is um what is it? He has autism. So I think like that's also another thing that's really cool, is like they're actually representing like different disorders on TV as well.
I think if I'm not mistaken, I feel like Professor Wilson also mentioned in the interview of this week the representation of those, it was either this one or last one, representation of those with disabilities. So that was brought up, and I think that's important that we often like forget. And I think that's really important as well. Just to you just really like it doesn't, it's not even about race all the time. It's just about different individuals. So
The Good Doctor, that's what it's called.
yes.
The Good
Like
Doctor.
the guy
Okay.
from Willy Wonka.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Not. I don't know why I was saying house, but yes. But I agree. I wonder how it's going to be like if we all have like future children and families, like how movies are going to be out later on, because hopefully it's not outdated and overused. Just like we have our own like cliches and stuff like that. So I wonder how it's going to be in the future, how the representation will be as well.
I think it'll always be changing, but I liked when I talked about it, um, about like why the kids voted superheroes so high on their role models. I kind of put that like their character in these films is super strong, and that like whether or not like their skin color or gender, I don't think that like kids really see that, to where Batman was top three for all of
I think
them.
kids,
And
Go ahead. I thought you were finished. Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. And then I was say Batman was top three for all of them, and Batman like he has no superpower necessarily,
Mhm.
and he's not like, I mean, he's like in the movies he's like a white male, but like I was like, I think that these kids like look up to him because he's not someone that has like super strength or speed or flight, but he's like someone who's like normal, but he's still like trying to make a change in the world. And so I think a lot of kids look up to him. But I said that mainly they just look up to character despite race or gender. They like they look up to character and like what they stand for.
That's true. I think that's a good, it's like before Iron Man, you know, released that he was Iron Man, he was always masked. And like Batman's
Hmm.
always masked. So like they can't, you know, you're not seeing what a person physically looks like. Not that it should matter, but you know, when you do see someone who's physically looked who's, you know, you can actually see what they physically look like and, you know, they're not of your ethnic group. It's like, well, you know, I think it's just important.
I agree. And then in the interview, they talked about how they were getting people to come in to kind of like conform to the cultures that they're trying to represent, to where for like certain cultures they had people come in to justify like the food that they had and like the way they set their table and stuff like that. And I thought that was super neat that they would like put that much thought into like just like setting the table for a culture. And I thought that helped a lot for like kids to see their culture in a film and actually see it like represented properly.
Yeah.
I think we
Well, I
didn't.
can see that, but I think we're all set for this meeting. I know that you probably need to rest your voice. You sound like you're dying and you're glitching like
Yeah,
crazy.
it's
So
it's been better.
All right,
that's
guys, I'm gonna end this.
sounds good.
All right.